The ages of patients at a medical centre in one afternoon were recorded and are displayed in the following frequency table. We want to calculate the mean, median and mode for the patients that visited the medical centre by first filling in the table below. Now, one of the things I want you to notice is that we have the median class and the modal class. We can't actually give a precise data value for these because we don't have all of the individual data values. Just take, for example, here we've got the 0 to 9 and we know there were 6 people, but we don't know what age they were. We don't know if any of them were less than 1 year old. We don't know if it's equally distributed along this sort of continuum here. It could be that all 6 of these were actually aged 5 or 9. We just simply don't know. So we can't give an actual mode, we can't give an actual median. What we can do is identify the class that each of those are in. And the mode would be identified in exactly the same way as before. You look for the highest frequency. So we've got an 8 here, and that means the 30 to 39 class. Now for the median, we need to add up the number of pieces of data. So let's do that. So 6 and 7 is 13. So that's 19, 27, 32, 36, 39, 40. So we know we have 40 pieces of data. 40 add 1 divided by 2 gives us, so 48, that's 41 divided by 2, that's 20.5. So we want to try and find out whereabouts the 20th and 21st pieces of data are. So 6, 13, 19, 27, so they're going to be in the 30 to 39 class. Now you do have a slight problem here with this calculation. If it gives you two values like this, what do you do if one's in one class and one's in the other? Well, in that case you normally ignore the +1 here and just look for the 20th piece of data. So what about the mean? If we don't have the individual data items, what we do is just assume that all 6 pieces of data are actually at the midpoint of the interval. To get the midpoint of the interval, it's very simple. You just add the endpoints and divide by 2. So for this one, it would be 4.5. For the next one, 10 add 19 divided by 2 gives us 14.5. And you just assume that all of the data in that class is at that point, the midpoint. That means that you're not finding exactly the mean, you're actually finding an estimate of the mean, but it's the best estimate that we can actually give. So 4.5, 14.5, 24.5, 34.5, 44.5, 54.5, 64.5 and 74.5. Once we've done that, we're in the same situation as in previous examples. We're assuming that this is the data value, this is the frequency, so if we do frequency times the midpoint, we get the total of the data within that class, and adding all of that up will give us an estimate of the total sum of all the data. So we just need to do that calculation. I'll do the first couple, then I'll pause the video while I do the rest because it won't enlighten you that much. So we've got 4.5 multiplied by 6, that gives me 27 here, and then 14.5 multiplied by 7, that's going to give me 101.5, and I'm going to continue with that all the way down. So while I wasn't recording, I calculated the rest of these values and totaled them at the bottom. So this is our estimate of the total for the data, and this is the number of pieces of data items, so we just divide by 40, and that gives us a mean of 31.5.